Holy shit. We just got back from Obsession. And that film, oh, I'm really happy you guys insisted that we go and see it because we missed it last week. I had many comments and many streams and many videos saying, have you seen Obsession? You're obsessed with Obsession. And we went to go see it today, one day, Memorial Day. And I got to say, wow, I'm so happy you guys asked me to see this. This was exactly what I want from horror. I didn't know Blumhouse had it in them. Blumhouse has, the most generic, tame horrors, the fucking imaginary with the bear, just like dumb stuff. This was intense. The performances, the performance from the girl, my God, that's like Oscar worthy. She went through so many different emotions. She truly, truly gave it her all. And it's not just one good performance. The guy as well who makes this wish with the willow thingy. He was really good too. And this is intense. It's no holds barred. It leaves nothing. It holds nothing back. And it's oppressive and it's creepy and it gives you the heebie-jeebies the whole damn time. It's freaky. It's freaky. Freaky Nikki. Nikki Freaky. Wow. You need to see it. I think that if you love horror, if you love intense experiences, there's blood, there's gore. There's a spiraling out of control. There's a lack of control. There's this fear. And it really builds really well. And almost jump scares, but not bad jump scares, but jump scares in the sense that you never know what is going to happen. You're on edge around this girl who is, like the title says, obsessed, supernaturally obsessed, because it's one of those wishes gone wrong thing, that it's way too much in the other direction. And I think it's something that we can all, invest ourselves in, because I think when we were young, we all had that girl or guy that you were obsessed with and you wish liked you back and didn't really like you. And, in that way, and you just would daydream about being with them. And that's in the film, and it's depicted really well. Guys, this was fucking awesome. You need to see this. This is good. This is why I like horror. What did you guys think of Obsessed?
I'm still waiting for the red flags. I didn't see any.
Yeah.
What was her?
He can fix it.
Damn, Joe.
I can fix it.
Who's going to fix it?
No, I was surprised. This was directed and written by Curry Barker.
Mm-hmm.
This guy,
I want to see his other stuff.
Yeah, he's got some hilarious stuff I follow on Instagram.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he does a great comedy.
Wow.
I didn't really expect a lot of comedy in this one, but he does a good
What is
blend.
with comedians doing really well in horror?
It's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually pretty good. I actually just finished watching Tales from the Crypt, season 3, I think. It was called Love to Death. Same principle.
Mm.
The guy is obsessed with this lady down the hall. Kind of gives her a little drink or a little love potion. The lady becomes obsessed.
Mm.
But this one took it to a whole nother level. It was fucking creepy, a little bit gruesome sometimes, but it worked. This one, I like the take on this one, and I actually enjoyed it. At first, I was like, I don't really want to watch this movie. I thought it was going to be like...
Yeah, don't be like us, where it's like, man.
I thought it was going to be like...
Blumhouse, nah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like some kind of creepier, like romantic film or something.
Mm.
But it's like, okay, no, way off.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was kind of like you, where it's like, look, I've seen this isn't an original premise. This is something that we've seen in Tales from the Crypt and other places where it's like someone does something screwed up, and it's the monkey's paw wish that goes the wrong way, especially with love. But I think this is an interesting enough take on it that even if you've seen this before, no matter where you've seen it, it's great, and they don't do some of the things that I was terrified they were going to do. I don't want to spoil anything about this movie because I want you to go see it. But there's some tropey things that have happened in other versions of this trope where you're like, oh, that's less satisfying. And it's like, no, this plays it and it goes all the way, it's foot down on the gas the entire way. And then characters don't have this crazy turn. Like, they are who they are and they act the way that they should act throughout the entire movie. And I think that was really nice. So the premise is silly. What's funny is, like, even Tales from the Crypt may have had a more solid premise, as goofy as it is, than this one. But it's it's still a wonderful watch, and I think you should definitely go see this one in the movie theaters. It's not. I don't think it's even if you don't like horror movies, like, this is just kind of like an uncomfortable. If you're ready to be uncomfortable, this is a good one to watch.
Yeah.
Definitely uncomfortable. There are implications in this. The horror. Oh, I can't wait to get into the spoilers to talk about it, because there's just something extra going on. I really appreciated the scenes where he tries to call the number on the back of this box for this One Wish Willow that he snaps, and he says, "I wish it. This girl loves me. Nikki will love me more than anybody in the world." And that scene there was very creepy. And then her behavior, because her behavior is everything. And then it just gets crazier and crazier, and there are moments where she's moving and it's unnatural, and it has that creepy vibe that I think at one point, it was at one point, and I don't want to ruin anything, but at one point, the hair stood up on the back of my neck. And it hasn't been that. It's been a long fucking time since horror movies kind of got me to that point. But what I appreciated more about it is that it's this type of horror movie. I never expected it from this type, where it's like, oh, love and obsessed. And I was like with you guys. I was like, nah, it's romantic thingamajiggy. Like that other movie, Together. Together is a piece of shit compared to this, where they like merge together with this is better. And I really, really liked it. And I expect I'm going to go back, Curry Barker, I'm going to check out, he's got another horror in 2024 called Milk and Cereal, found footage. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next.
Oh, this thing has made like $99 million.
It's made a lot of money.
Because it cost less than $1 million, I believe, and it's made over $100 million so far. I think that we're gonna see a lot more, and it's awesome because it did such a good job. The physical.
He's got another one upcoming called Anything But Ghosts for 2027. And then, oh no, untitled Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. No, man, do the original stuff that you want to do.
Unless he's got a really cool idea.
Don't get pigeonholed into that.
I look with this kind of success. I imagine that he can do whatever he wants to do, and if he's got a really cool idea, he's earned my $10 or whatever it is. Sit down and watch it. The physical acting I think was really cool. They do some camera tricks, and sometimes a lot of moving unnaturally. Sometimes they're like they rewind her and do some crazy things with it. I think it was really interesting visually to watch. And the main guy, his reactions, were the way that they should be, because
psychological thriller. It meant not only horror, psychological thriller, a little dark comedy too, because the situations are fucking ridiculous. All of his friends around him are noticing how this girl that had no interest in him is now interested in him, and there's a lot of implications. They go through
and
a lot of different things.
It's also like, well, the honeymoon stage is over now. It's the real shit kind of seeps in. You're like, okay, this is weird.
She's acting very weird, and it gets crazier and crazier. Unexpectedly good. I even love the ending. It's hard to nail horror movie endings. It really is. But I think this one's good as well. The implications of it, because if you think about it deeper, and this is one of those movies that you'll probably think about for a little bit. It's not. Thank God it's not one of those throwaway movies like Imaginary and Megan and these other kind of things.
Do you remember how Imaginary ended? I bet you don't.
I don't even remember. All I remember is the white and black checkered thing from like Beetlejuice kind of looking thing. That's sad.
Such a piece of shit.
It's such a piece of shit. And fucking the pool movie.
Oh yeah.
What was that one called?
You don't even remember the name of it.
Night Swim, right?
Damn,
don't they
Night Swim.
Bury the husband and they put cement.
So this is why it blows my mind and unpredictable. I think they got lucky with this one, Blumhouse, because Blumhouse to me represents, that kind of cookie cutter horror where they
It's
don't want
turned
to
into
press it.
that.
It's
Yeah.
turned into that, and
It
hopefully
didn't used to always be that way. So,
yeah.
and
So
hopefully
well,
they
this
come
is
back around.
good. They're coming back. So as long as they do more projects like this, then I'm very very into it. So everybody puts in their best performance. Like Alex said, everybody acts within their character. There's nothing that really knocks you out of the experience. So many films, like you're like, wait a minute, it's something
Yeah.
like that. But there's always a reasonable explanation for it. There's one moment that's a little telegraphed, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because you already know that there's this potential that something could happen here.
Yeah.
Please kind of stop this. Please stop, and it builds that tension, and so the audience is expecting it and stuff. And I see here Rotten Tomatoes, 95 critics, 95 audience. This is unanimous. Go and see this film. Really. I love horror, so I can't wait for Backrooms. And if Backrooms wasn't coming out this week, which I think it is, because there's nothing else coming out, I don't think, then see Obsession. Fuck it. See Obsession and Backrooms
Back
if
to
you
back.
haven't seen it. Like, most of you have already seen it. You told us to go see it, so we wanted to share our opinion with you and then talk about it in spoilers with the creepy heebie-jeebies. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, this is my opportunity to tell you, badass seal of approval. Go check it out. Let's go to final verdicts.
I'm gonna go with an 8, almost a 9, but I'm gonna stick with an 8. Good acting all around, like we mentioned. I love the tension. Had some good tension. Not a lot of jump scares. The jump scares were valid. They did build up to the tension.
Right. They weren't cheap.
Nobody was
Yeah.
acting dumb. Everyone was acting their part. It's like, hey, you told me this, and this is what's going on. Don't you find that suspicious? Yeah. Normal conversations. And I actually didn't mind the ending as well on this one.
Nice.
I'll tell you how the
There
other
is
one
no
ended.
after credit and no mid
I
credit
think it
scene.
should be.
Wish there might have been some here, but that's just me.
I'll let you know how the Tales from the Crypt one ended in spoilers.
Mm.
You could compare it.
Okay, you know it. I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna go with the 9. I liked it a lot, and then I didn't have a whole lot of expectations. Again, this is a pretty common story that the
Yeah.
whole you wish for something and be careful what you wish for. Satan owns a curio shop and you pick the wrong thing, or the crypt keeper. There's. But they did it in such a good way that it doesn't have to be something that you've never seen before. He's just such a great take on it, and they had the opportunity to really fuck it up at the ending and do this Hollywood thing, and they didn't. And it's the harder, more uncomfortable ending, and it's the right ending for me. And so, super solid 9 out of 10.
Hell yeah. I'm going to go 10 out of 10. And the reason why is this is the best within its little subgenre of what you're talking about, like this
Be careful what you
obsession,
wish
the
for.
wish, be careful what you wish for. I can't think of a better one right now, and this one's fresh. It takes that old concept, makes it fresh, makes it exciting. There was a lot of tension. It delivered on the things that I wanted to see from it. And great performances. They got the right actors and
She did great,
actresses
yeah.
for this. She did wonderful. She
Michael.
deserves to be praised. And and she's tiny.
Yeah.
You see her stature. She's like 5 foot nothing, and I'm fucking terrified of her. You know what I mean? And she's really close to you all the fucking time because she wants to be with you all the time.
There's
And
nothing
you
wrong with
always
that.
wanted this,
Right?
Joe? You always wanted it. There's something
It's
wrong
fine.
with you, Joe.
It's fine.
There's something goddamn wrong.
He can
with
fix
you.
her.
I didn't see any red flags at all. What are you talking about?
You're seeing the red flags from the dude. If the dude had just been been into it the whole time, then he'd be fine, right? I don't know if you can keep that up for
No.
that long, Joe. Yeah, disturbing, but in a good way, and I think everybody's gonna enjoy it. I'd be surprised if you didn't. I'd be so curious to see what kind of horror you into that this wasn't doing it for you. But yeah, great. So and I was thinking of things to pick at, but I can't find any, and I liked it. It was really tight too. Apparently, it's an hour and 48 minutes. I didn't feel it. I felt that it was just the right amount of length. Sure, would I like to see more in the fucking lore of how this thing happened? that
Nah.
would spoil. I
it
don't
would.
want.
Leave it a mystery.
I want some mystery.
Yeah, it's like, why the
And
fuck
that's
does this
gonna
toy
get
work?
explored in
Yeah,
a motherfucking sequel. You don't make $100 million on a tiny butt. I know you're gonna say don't, Joe, but you don't make. No, this budget was $1 million.
Yeah.
You don't make $100 million, Joe, probably by the end of this whole thing, and not make a sequel.
Yeah, and look what happened. Megan 2.
Yeah, they're gonna make it an action.
Well, they
comedy.
made a huge mistake by switching genres. So as long as you stay within the genre, I would be willing.
In rare
if
cases,
the same people are involved.
And
the
they
same,
have, and they have a
same
good,
people
a
are
good
involved.
story. I agree.
Yeah,
I either want to
agree.
know significantly less about the story because I don't think you want to think about it too much, or I do want a sequel. Like
I also gotta say, and another
It's gonna
10 out of
take-
10 for me is, and I'll talk to y'all in the spoilers about the certain things we can't reveal. I could say the soundtrack was really good, the sound design was good, and the cinematography. She's constantly in shadows, and her eyes are glowing from light, and it's well executed. Well shot, even though there's darkness and you're trying to see, and you're like, oh, I don't want to see. Kind of stuff. So 10 out of 10, guys, go fucking see this, and thank y'all, everybody, to whoever made us go and see this. There was one particular commenter that I thought I took a screenshot of his name to give him a shout out, but then I don't think I did. I don't think I can find it. Maybe I'll find it in the spoiler section. But thank y'all so much, everybody who left us comments and told us in the stream to go check it out, because this was fantastic.
good.
Capstone
Liked
Pictures, T-Shop Production, Bloomhouse Productions. Well done. Looking forward to more. Go see it. Enough said. If you want to discuss spoilers, for those of you who did see the film and want to know what we thought of the various crazy-ass scenes, don't spoil it for yourself if you hadn't seen it. But if you've seen it, come join us in the spoiler section. Hey guys, welcome to the spoiler section. Why don't I let y'all take it while I look up?
Tell us
if
about
I can find this
Tales.
guy.
Tales from the Crypt.
Okay, so Tales from the Crypt is basically the same thing.
Yeah.
He sees this movie star. It's fucking amazing. He's like, the guy who lives there is kind of creepy. He's like, here, put this in her drink. It's a love potion. She takes a love potion, and now she just wants to have sex with him, be with him 24/7. And kind of like this movie, he wants his time apart. He's like, look, leave me. I can't. He's kind of had his fill, so he's kind of wants her to back away, but
Mhm.
she's obsessed. And he's like, what do I need to do? He's like, you need to kill her. That's the only way.
Oh, wow.
You kill her.
Mhm.
So he gives her the poison to drink, and then somehow they end up switching. He dies, and he's in the afterlife. He's like, well, at least I get some peace.
Isn't
But
the
she-
afterlife that
yeah.
it goes on beyond? That's
Yeah.
funny.
And then she killed herself after he died, and she got run over, so her face is all fucked up. And then they're both in heaven together forever.
Yeah.
He's
Does
like,
he
"Now
look
I can be-"
unhappy?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh, for
He's
sure.
pissed.
Especially when her face is all jacked up. 'Cause she
That
got hit
is,
by a bus.
that's hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, I found it. I want to give credit. iPod Toucher 15. Thank you for this. Now review Obsession. This was on our, I don't know, The Boys. Hell yes, that's what I've been saying. And Miss Ace, MIS Ace. 2500. I see like comment after comment after. I don't want to encourage people that are obsessed. That's what I'm saying. Is literally peak.
We
Lucky
read your
Fires.
comments. It's when we tell you
I
we're
read
gonna
comments.
we tell you you're gonna read the comment. We do.
They missing out.
Even the
Says
mean
Major
things.
Axe 2900, which is probably Miss Ace 2500.
It's one
just
of the
his
best
alt
horror
accounts.
movies out now.
Yeah. It's just like one person over and over. Yeah.
Bro, that's
Calm
you have the
down.
same fucking number after your username. Anyways,
Maybe.
but it wasn't just him. It was a lot
Yeah,
of y'all
tons
and
of-
people of y'all that I trust and know, and it was fantastic. So, basically,
You have
this
a-
guy named Bear. Go ahead, Alex.
He seems nice enough, but he's shy,
Yeah.
leaning towards cowardly and weaselly, and then so he's really into her. She's not into him, and so he makes this wish, and the wish is that she would love him more than anyone else in the world. And what I really appreciated about this is they didn't do the Hollywood thing where he realized what he's done is wrong and he's trying to fix it,
Mhm.
he always chicken shits out.
Yeah.
that's
Because
in his
he
character.
realizes that he's mind controlled this woman, continues to sleep with her in a horrible sex scene where his underwear is only half pulled down or something. Don't have a sex scene versus having like this awkward. They're kind of close. You saw the thing where his boxers are like just you can only see the top crack. But it's like
That's in character too.
just don't have the sex scene if
No,
you're gonna
have
have it's awful.
Have it,
It's
'cause they
terrible looking.
Made him react like that.
Yeah, but it looked like it was Tommy Wiseau directing the sex scene, so I didn't appreciate that. But like so there's a time where she's hurting herself. He chickens out. She's a danger to everyone else. Like it keeps getting worse and worse, and he doesn't have the hero moment where like I need to do the right thing. He even chicken shits out at the last minute when he's gonna finally do the thing to free her from like eternal torment because he knows that she's in another dimension, screaming and crying constantly. And he's like, "Fine, I'll kill myself." And he fucking chickens out at the last minute. The only reason that he gets up is because of what happens at the very, very end of the movie. But he even tries to get out of killing himself.
Yeah.
I think he does. If I remember right, he's using the gun. He's
Can't do
gonna
it.
use a gun. Can't do it. Can't. I was like, don't just shoot yourself in the chest. That's terrible. You gotta hit some vital part that's gonna take you out. But he grabs the pills, takes one. He's about to take them all.
He does take
He
all
does.
of them.
So if but does she snap the willow before or after he takes
After.
the pills? Do you remember?
He
Okay,
takes
yeah.
all of them, but then immediately
Yeah.
sticks his fingers down his throat and tries to barf them up because he's chickening out of killing himself. And the
But
only
because she snaps the
Yeah.
willow, that prevents him
Yeah.
from doing that. Gotcha. Yeah,
so
perfect.
he never made
Perfect.
a good decision. He always did the cowardly,
Yeah.
shitty thing. I mean, he's
And then that's even crazy because all of the shit in the movie has happened. She's bleeding everywhere. She's got shit and piss on her, and
he's like, it's fine because
she's
you're
been
hot. It's fine.
Awake, she's been awake for days and shit, and she's there, and then he comes in and he's infatuated with her now because he's under the willow, just like she's under the willow, and they smile, and it makes the audience uncomfortable and laugh a little bit, like black comedy, because they're so in love with each other, but. Again, and I actually like this because if we dive into the lore a little bit, I think that if you are put under the spell of the willow, your soul is captured by this entity or this person.
Something like that.
Because at one point he calls the number on the thing and he's like, "What's going on?" And the guy's just like, "C'est la vie," he's really cool about it. That has no, he doesn't seem like a typical demon or villain or something, right? But then as the call goes on, he's like, "You want to talk to her?" And he's like, what are you talking about? She's over here. It's like she starts screaming in the background.
Yeah.
So he's got her fucking soul. And so I thought it was like poetic justice that he then comes under the spell and he's fucking tormented. And then I thought maybe we might get a scene of just like something fucking wacky, like he's in the dark dimension or something. That would have really pushed it over the top. And then they were stuck forever. But I also wanted her to get out of it because it's through no fault of hers that this fucking guy, does this spell thing. But I love the complexity of it. It doesn't necessarily mean he's not necessarily a piece of shit. He's not like the villain of the film.
Kind of.
Kind of, yes. But, he makes a bad... But he didn't think this fucking thing would work.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct. But
I like that complexity.
But I did like it. One of my favorite scenes is like whenever she's on the bed, the monster's asleep, but her subconscious.
Oh,
is like,
yes. Another
"Hey,
great
don't
scene.
Please wake her up. Please kill me."
And she's talking, but
He's
her
like,
mouth's
"Please
not
kill
moving.
Me. Don't wake her up.
Yeah.
Set me free."
That's when he turns into a piece of shit, because it's like, hey,
yeah.
and they told him before, bro, you need to off yourself in order to get this to finish, and he's like, he won't, he's trying trying to do other
or
things.
get somebody else.
Tries to
do the
get
wish.
somebody else to do it.
Yeah, he figures out that she's pretty much a prisoner in her own body and can experience all
Yep.
the things that's happening and continues to have a sexual relationship with
By
her.
the
It's
end,
like,
I'm just saying at the beginning, it's like, and then it spirals out of control, and by the end, he probably deserves it. But it's crazy to get stuck in this situation. You have these random willows at some fucking crystal energy store or something, and
yeah.
it's implied that other people have bought this.
It's just
and
a world
other
filled
people
with
have
wishes,
come and complained, and so this has been going on for a while, and I like that lore because they could have another one. Now, obviously, you can't go the exact same thing. I want the girl to love me because then that's just the same movie.
Yeah.
You could do something else with it, or you could do the same thing like want the girls, but then she could end up. Now, this would cheapen it and turn it into a franchise. If you want to turn it into a franchise, like Blumhouse might force them to do. I know, Joe, but hear me out. This is how they would do it. She turns into a final girl. She has experience with it. She was in that dark dimension or whatever, and she snapped out of it at the last moment. She was going to use the gun, but then, she snapped out of it and then realized what happened. I like how she knocks his body off, and then she's back. If she runs into another person with the willows and she figures it out because the box is on the ground near her. So they could definitely do something like that with the sequel and
She's
searching
not in jail
for the person
25
on
to
the other
life.
end of the phone.
Yeah.
That's another thing. She could end up in jail. They could play with that.
She killed Sarah and she killed Ian.
Yeah.
It wasn't her. It was the fucking
was her.
entity.
Oh yeah,
The
it's a
entity
ghost.
that's
It was-
like, yes,
was the
I do
ghost.
think
The
there's a
cop-
demonic possession.
I don't think
It-
it
You
holds up
said
in
it
court.
yourself, Joe. The
cop-
monster is sleeping while the monster's still asleep.
Okay.
She's talking.
But that
It's
doesn't
not
hold up.
her.
It doesn't hold up in
It
court.
doesn't hold up in.
Sure, but it holds up for the audience, and she has to get out of it. That's
For the
why
audience,
the sequel
but-
works. You're just supporting it. Now, yeah, and I just like the way, everything went. So apparently his best friend, they all work at a music store.
He's not a very good friend.
And, yeah, because he was having sex with her, and it's casual,
For years.
It's not like they were in a relationship or anything like that. But he should have told him and
Yeah.
could have told him.
Yeah, that's the girl he's obsessed with.
Right.
It's like, well,
That's not a good thing, and so how does he factor in? He sucks because, this guy at the beginning of the film, we don't know anybody, right? He's like practicing on on this waitress, and it's pretty heartfelt, and I thought, hey, that might work. But then, his friend's like, no, that's fucking
too sappy.
terrible, too sappy. I know her. And, at first I don't believe this guy. I'm like, no, just try it. But apparently it's revealed, he was with her a lot, so he probably was right in the end
Yeah.
that wouldn't have worked.
And he turned out to be kind of the voice of reason, where he's like, hey, if she is indeed on drugs or having a mental breakdown, it's not appropriate for you to be taking advantage of her and doing all these other things. And it's just like, yes, you cannot be doing any of these things. It's not okay.
Yeah.
So it's like the guy who's like the chud is actually right.
Who gets shot in the head?
Who gets shot in that? He has $1 billion.
At one point, he
Yeah.
brings the fucking willow to him, and he tries to explain it to that classic scene where it's like, this is real. You get one wish. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, no, please. Like, you have to word this right. Eventually gets him to snap it and open it. And instead of canceling out his wish, where he says, I want you to have... You never made the wish. I want Bear to have never made a wish. Instead, he says, I want $1 billion in the last
Just
minute.
raining money.
And then it starts raining. It looked like Coke cans. I couldn't really see it. I
think
guess
it's
it's
the-
just bundles
the
of money.
rolls of
money.
money,
That's
yeah.
what it was. And he got $1 billion, and it was fucking working. So his house right now is filled. Like, the house would snap with that much. $1 billion, it's going to snap. You can't keep this a secret. There's going to be people driving
Yeah.
by grabbing money. But we're thinking too much about it. Eventually, he runs to his friend's house while we have the climax of the film where he goes home, and he hasn't been home in a little bit, and you know that the girl Nikki's going to be crazy, and she's crazy. And while she does the crazy shit, he bursts in, and she turns around and shoots him, like, right away. And that was crazy. That ends his friend.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment I was talking about that made the hair stand on the back of my head, neck. There's a moment where she's in his face, and she's saying that I love you, and he's trying to calm her down by saying that I love you, and she goes, I love you too, and then all of a sudden she's like walking backwards,
in reverse, yeah.
but it was unexpected. Super creepy. It had this. Oh, I loved that feeling. I was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?"
what
And then she goes back into the darkness. And then
Goddamn
he's like, "You gotta stop." And then she goes in the other room, grabs a knife, threatens to,
Cut her wrists.
if you leave her alone. And so he ends up staying with her. And that was a mistake. Well, the whole thing's a mistake, but he stays with her. He gets a text from Sarah. I'm like, oh, my God. Because this whole time, there's this other girl, Sarah, who secretly likes him and wanted to tell him. And, is the girl that's always been there on his left. And
So it's like Nikki just saw you as a friend. She friend zoned you.
she's trying to say it.
Sleeping with
Trying to tell it.
Ian.
And this is already after they set up this thing where they were doing like spin the bottle thing where they're playing Jenga with the things you need to do. And at one point he draws a Jenga block that says "kiss the girl to your left," and it's Sarah and not his girl. His girl's sitting on the other side, Nikki.
She got
Nikki
up
fucking
fast.
gets up. Like they do the sound design. Now obviously
Yeah.
all these noise that she makes
Yeah.
a little over the top, but I like the fact that it's booming, and so she gets up. Everybody gets on their edge of their seat. She grabs a fucking chair and pulls her back, and then just stands where she's standing so she could be in the left. And if I was Sarah, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'm out of here. And she also recites this crazy ass fucking poetry that's like dangerous as
It's
fuck.
a Hansel and Gretel incest violence story, and
Yeah.
it's fucking weird.
Real bad.
And it goes for a long time. It's like,
And
wow,
very, very
this does not stop. And it just keeps going. And it just, at this point, like we're at peak, almost peak uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She had this one scene where she's watching him sleep in the corner. And then she's like,
That
moving-
was also
she's also moving.
super creepy.
Yeah, she's moving around real quick. And so it's not only is she moving creepy, she just says things that are insane. And so they
you
did a
would
really
not be able to close your eyelids around
they
it.
did a really good job
Feel safe.
ramping up how crazy she was over the time, like the course of the movie.
Come sleep. No, go back to sleep. No, bitch, don't tell me go back to sleep. I'm not
She's
going back to
watching
sleep.
You. She's protecting you.
I am not going back
She's
to sleep.
watching
Joe's
you
like, oh,
sleep.
thank you.
Like, good.
I
He's
can
got-
sleep
Make
good
sure
now.
no ghosts touch me at night.
He's got rose-tinted glasses, so
Hello?
all the red flags just look like flags.
Yeah.
Damn, Joe. Anyways, so Sarah texts her, and I knew the second she's like, I need you now. This is important. Come meet me. I'm in the car. And so he goes out to the car. I was like, it's all. This is the scene I was talking about. The tension just builds perfectly
Oh,
because you
yeah.
know what's going to happen, and it's predictable.
Yeah, I was the one on your
But
left. On
it's
your left. It's
still
like,
fucking
well,
happens.
there's somebody on your left.
And there was somebody to her left.
Yeah.
She comes in with a fucking brick. Just at the moment where they get this letter and they're going to open the letter together that she's going to get accepted to her art school. And at that moment, she's like, do you like me? And she reveals that she likes him. Boom. Just then, brick through the window, puts the brick on the wheel, grabs her head and goes pop, 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 like a massive speed and strength of a demon, and just
Her face
crushes
is
her
fucked
head's
up.
just caved in,
It's
just
gone.
eyeballs, and it's gone.
And he does not.
Gone.
He just sits there and lets everything happen. He will not even help his friend, even if he wasn't in. Like he just takes the coward
Well,
choice.
shit, at that point,
every
it's
time.
already done. It was done in 3 seconds, and he's paralyzed. He's got blood all over his. Oh, baby. She comes around the car. Oh, baby, I know. Now you got to help me hide the body, and you wanted this. And you know what I mean? It's
This
like,
is your
this is a
fault,
fucking,
yeah.
this is your fault. It is his fault.
It
It's like
is.
fucking demon speaking. It's just crazy, man. I loved it. And then he helps her find the fucking body instead of turning himself in and be like, hey, this guy, go to the police or whatever. He just,
She crazy.
she crazy. Yeah. So that's when he tries to buy more of the things. Goes back to the store. The one bitch at the beginning, who doesn't take her job seriously, and she's on the phone with
She
her
didn't
friends.
care.
She didn't care. It's a different guy, and he's like, no, I've never even heard of this One Wish Willow, but he's fucking. He's like, he's right.
Like, well, first
And he's
of
like,
all,
oh my God, there's
your
like 3
attitude-
left.
Yeah, your energy in here. You can't be coming in here with that energy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there.
Fucking energy. And they did this thing with this tiger eye. Initially as she's building towards crazier and crazier, when she's not so crazy, she's just creepy. She gives him a tiger eye that her grandma had and then her dad had, and then she's giving it to him now. What else?
Yeah, using it for courage or whatever, and then
Yeah,
he still
then he
chicken
put it
shits
down.
out.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's what he dropped. He's like, no,
But
I'm not
you-
gonna do it.
Yeah.
Mystic shot, but I wonder how many of those. If you saw one of them things, Joe, you gonna wish? You gonna
Fuck
make a
no.
wish? Because they're all negative wishes.
Have you even got to the X-Files one yet in your X-Files journey, right, where they do the wishing?
I'm on 3.
There's an
going on
episode that
4.
does this.
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
and
thing.
like he ends up with like a
Might
spirit
be.
guide, and her wish was for a never-ending bag of turnips because she's from a time when everyone was starving to death, and she's like trying to explain to Mulder like why it's bad, and so, but like they do.
When he goes back home at the end, he like Sarah's body is all mangled, and
Well, he's completely stripped down for the purpose of the crazy girl Nikki wanted to recreate every tattoo she has. So she sharpied every single tattoo that Sarah had on her own body. She's like, you were with her because you want to be with her, and then it's just like it's crazy.
it's crazy. And then that's when his friend gets shot, and but there's this one shot of her like fucking walking,
Yeah, because he
She
goes
was
in.
like,
He's like, we need to talk. He's just like in the back. I was like, what the fuck?
the way she walked like a witch or something. It was crazy. I loved that moment as well. Other great moments, when she's full obsessed and he goes to work, she wasn't scheduled to work that day. She does this thing with her smile. She's like, is this better? And like this. And then the shot just holds.
She didn't leave. She
didn't leave.
stayed there all.
She stayed there the whole fucking
day.
time.
Pooped herself and pissed herself
Vomited.
and barfed.
Poofing, or peeing, pooping,
And she cooked the cat.
vomiting. And at one point, texted Sarah and then also cooked the cat. And because his cat passes away, because this fucking idiot, I guess, left his pills out.
His grandmother's
Like, how
pills.
the fuck did he? There's no way that cat opened the top of the fucking pill, so he left. He was being irresponsible.
Old people usually leave the tops undone because
Then the tops was undone, but his grandma.
it was
what?
his grandma's house. I think he said at one point this.
Where's his grandma? She's not in the film the whole time.
No, she's dead.
Then how is the fucking
He just
top still unlatched?
he didn't go in and tighten all the
Years.
tops. I don't
He
know
probably
when
just
she
left
died,
it.
but it's
Anyways, the cat gets in. I'm like, fuck you, fuck. Like, I hate it when cats die or you come home to your cat passed away. It's fucking, it's traumatizing for me right now because we lost Mittens recently. So I was like, oh my god, I hate this guy. And then, but she digs up the cat and tries to do a little memorial. He's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this? This is not okay. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like,
no.
where's this behavior coming
Run.
from? Is it like the
Fucking run.
demon? It like gives her these weird ideas.
Yeah.
Because her behavior is weird. And
she
then
did. She dropped one line that she says, "I love you in every dimension," or "I love you in every something like universe," or something like that.
yeah, every reality. I forget what she said.
So we don't know where they're pulling souls from.
Then at one point she makes him a boxed lunch, and it turns out that she, my little food critic, and then she's like, "How's the cat?" She cooked the fucking cat, and he eats it, he vomits.
I would too. But it was not enough. It was not enough
He
for him.
still's like, nope.
He would still put up with it.
Still
though.
going home, and we're gonna bang.
He's gonna put up with it. It's like, not that crazy. It's not that crazy. It's like, bro, that's crazy. You need to stop.
hmm
Wow. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking this is insane.
It's one of the best horror ones
Yeah,
that
it's
came
great.
out.
So
So
I
far.
wanted to ask you in the spoilers. What made you give it an 8? Like what? How did it lose 2 points? I don't want
I
to put you on blast. I didn't mean to. Like, I
No,
just
it's
wondered-
fine. Like, it's
like-
like I would probably be like an 8, maybe a 9 sometimes, but not a 10 for me.
Mhm.
It's like it's a story we told, but I like the way they took it. I like that actress; she did a good job. But
Yeah, exceptional job. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
no, I just didn't really feel like a 10
I-
out of 10. For
Yeah.
me
It's
yet.
starts a little.
Well, I guess I'm just, I don't want the 10 out of 10s to be like, you can never give them out because they're perfect. They're not perfect. 10 out of 10 is not a perfect film. I just want to reiterate that. It's just at a level that's legendary that you compare
Well-
you'll compare other films within that genre or style to that particular thing, Just like video games aren't perfect, like Red Dead Redemption.
It started picking up for me, obviously, whenever
Yeah.
she started getting possessed. But like in the beginning, it was a little slow.
What did
But
you
it's
think of
fine.
her in the beginning? What do you think of Nikki as a girl? Would you be obsessed with Nikki? Did you think Nikki was a good person or like a girl that you would fall for? I thought she was kind of
She's kind of
mean and like weird. You know, she would
Well,
make
like,
these comments.
At first I thought it's like, okay, well, we're gonna have to kind of side with this guy. Maybe he's a loner or whatever. He likes her, and then we find out more stuff. I was like, okay, well, this is a different take on this
Yeah.
guy. I kind of figured something else was going on with Sarah and Ian, because she's like, oh, well, she's kind of weird. They kind of start talking about Nikki in a different way. I was like, okay, well, she's got some secrets to, like, I guess, well, we do find out later that it was Ian and them that were kind of messing around. But for me, in the beginning, it was kind of slow. I thought there was going to be more build up to Michael, have us feel something else for him besides being sad for him, because he's just a sad, I guess, loser guy that wants the girl. It's usually how it ends up. And then we start off with his
Bear?
Yeah, because his grandma died, and then his favorite cat died. It's like, oh, we have to feel sorry for this guy. But I didn't really feel sorry for it. But we'll find out later why.
Yeah, I didn't love the premise, the idea that there's just like a box of wishes sitting at this like crystal shop. I think the tropes that have done it better, it's more rare. You can't just go spend $7 on a wish to turn into $1 billion type thing. It's usually like you befriend the kind gypsy woman who lives
when
in your
you think about
your
it
apartment
falls
building.
apart a little bit. But I almost like the ridiculousness of that. But yeah, I get
the
it.
movie had been so like kind of serious and
Yeah.
almost like airtight up, and then so like that is the only thing that kind of it's like had we set it up where there's some crazy circumstances.
Drag me to hell kind of thing.
Or he finds on the internet
that
some
one?
fucking ritual that he can do that he probably shouldn't have messed with.
Something beyond.
Alex is saying it's widely available,
It's
and there have been
$6.
other people that have purchased it, and other people have complained.
Everyone in the
yeah.
head shop had already used their wish. The guy's like, "No, man, I've already used my wish. You only get one." And it's
I
like,
still I kind of like it though.
I don't.
I guess I
don't
think that's
want
the
that,
thing.
though.
I know you don't want. I think that's the thing that would lead to a sequel, and I know
Because like in the beginning of Drag Me to Hell, it was just like this gypsy lady was trying to get the loan. She's like, "No, I can't help you." And she has to be tough. And of all people, she chose to
decides
be
to be tough to
tough.
her.
On this one, it's like, oh, and now she has a curse, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing, as
Yeah.
opposed to like, well, everyone gets one.
yeah, you do something that's make it more difficult than spend $6. And
Yeah.
I think that was the problem I had. It was like they're
But I
only
like it when-
$6.
I like, man, you are really $7, friend. Here's $7, friend.
$7.
But I like it when characters don't necessarily deserve to die, but you could say there are character flaws to them, and then they go on these journeys. Like drag me to hell. She makes that mistake. Does she really deserve to die and get dragged to hell? I was like, what the fuck, damn. And
Don't be mean,
it's crazy.
and
Yeah.
don't use these $7 ones.
Don't spend $7 on the wish willow, but yeah, I like the multifaceted nature of it. So
Yeah. He deserved what he got in the end.
did.
In the end, yeah.
In the beginning, he did.
But I mean, how would you react under that fucking situation? It's like fucking crazy.
have her
It's like
committed and get her in
you
a
could
safe
be-
spot. And
some people would just be paralyzed. They wouldn't do anything.
I thought
or
he
go
was actually going to
anywhere.
kill himself because that's how the
Yeah.
premise was for the Tales from the Crypt one.
yeah,
It's like, okay, well, you have to kill yourself or you have to kill her.
He didn't say that,
Well, that's
did
what-
he?
Well,
Did he say you could kill her?
yeah.
Oh man,
That's
I
what
don't
the guy
know.
in the head shop
I mean,
said.
obviously that would fix the problem because she's
'Cause
not
that's how it
around
was at the
anymore,
other
but
one
that's
as well.
fucked up.
The
So
guy in
I
the head
thought
shop
they were
said, well, because the
the shop guy said
said
yeah.
that, yeah. And so it's like he's like, one of the two of you's got to die.
I'm just
So-
spitballing here and throwing ideas out. Didn't say something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But
So-
didn't the shop guy also said, "I made a wish"?
Yeah, they all made wishes. Like that's what one of the
Yeah,
problems I have.
true.
Is like they've all made like the
All right.
whole world is like.
No,
has-
I just think that all those other people that made wishes fucked up, went to complain, eventually probably had to kill themselves or died.
Yeah.
I didn't know there's a survivor that's perfectly fine. So you're telling me one of the Willow wishes actually worked in a positive way?
Well,
It
maybe
wasn't
it's-
like
maybe-
the gin
maybe his
thing
thing
where
is like,
you don't get
now
the wish
he's-
that you wanted.
now he's stuck
Bag of
running the
turnips.
shop.
Or he's cursed to forever.
Run the
Lead
shop
people to
forever.
wishes that they
Okay.
can't do that forever.
Maybe. They seem pretty happy and all right.
Don't bring those negative vibes in there. Harsh vibes, bro.
So maybe we'll find out in the sequel. All right, guys, tell us what you think. How would you react? Could you fix her? Like Joe said, hell no. What's wrong with
You got problems, man.
You got problems, man.
She
You wouldn't help her out anyway. She's
would.
begging to kill him. Just like, nope. I don't care. You're rotten in hell. That's fine. Fine for me. I'm getting what I need out of me. Come on, Joe.
I wouldn't do that wish. It's a waste of a wish.
What wish would you do?
Close to Ian's, right?
Give me $1 billion. Yeah. How does that go
$1 billion.
wrong? He worked out fine.
He did, but he got shot
Well, because he didn't follow
because
directions.
he was an idiot.
He was specifically
go
said,
crazy.
She's crazy. Do not come over to my house." And then what does he do? Didn't listen.
Goes over the house. Gets shot and killed.
You never hear from me again. It's like starts raining money in my house. You
Yeah.
would never hear from me again.
I
I
guess
am
that
gone.
could have spiraled out of control. Like people could have come to the house and start trying to steal the money or attack him for the money. Maybe that's how that could
Yeah.
go. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out in the next movie. But I don't think it's
No.
going to be called Obsession 2.
No, it's
I
not.
would. I mean, could this be the first time studio like Blumhouse shows restraint and said, nope,
I
no
hope
sequel.
so.
As long as the guy,
No sequel.
I don't remember his name, but as long as the guy's like, "Look, I own the IP, I own everything," and because like there are filmmakers that are like, "No, we're
Oh,
not
Curry?
doing more of them."
He's a
Like I mean, it's like Back to the Future's the famous one where he's like, "No, you're not making any more movies."
I don't think that you should make one. I don't think it's going to be as good.
It sounds like
I
he's
just
busy.
know from Hollywood and this, when you make that much money and it's a horror film, it's almost all, and it's Blumhouse, I think that there's going to be a sequel.
Oh, you mentioned what,
we'll
3
find out.
movies? He's got 3 movies lined up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So that's good.
He's got Anything But Ghosts with
Butt ghosts?
the Breaking Bad guy, Aaron
Did you
Paul.
You said butt ghosts?
Anything But Ghosts, and Anything But Ghosts, and an untitled Texas Chainsaw Massacre film for A24. It's a reimagining it.
Yeah, he's not going to be
reimagining of
hard.
it.
Like if he's got control over his own stuff, he's not going to be hard
Baker
up
would
for-
be writing and directing a reimagining of it. I'm willing to watch it, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre not really my thing. I like these more interesting, stories because I know what to expect with Chainsaw. All right, tell us what you think in the comments down below, and we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.